Good evening, everyone. The company that owns Colgan Air says it's on the brink of bankruptcy. But will that mean to the lawsuits over the Flight 3407 tragedy that claimed 50 lives in Clarence Center? News 4 investigative reporter Luke Moretti has the latest developments tonight.
How would a bankruptcy filing by Pinnacle Airlines Corporation impact any future verdict or settlement in connection with the 2009 Clarence Center crash?
Prosecution of the lawsuits would be stayed for a period of time, meaning they have to be put on in a standstill mode.
Pinnacle is a defendant in many of the lawsuits stemming from the crash of Flight 3407. The company owns Colgan Air, which operated the doomed Continental Connection flight. And while Pinnacle has not yet filed for bankruptcy protection, it may need to, unless cost-cutting agreements can be reached with labor, vendors, and other partners, company officials say. Bankruptcy attorney Gary Graber tells News 4 the court would have the discretion to allow lawsuits to go forward and for the litigation to be concluded.
It is conceivable that they could exit bankruptcy without the obligation to pay necessarily the full amount that's owing, but to the extent that there's insurance coverage, that insurance coverage would still be there regardless of who goes bankrupt.
The last few years have been difficult for Pinnacle's Colgan Air unit. Federal investigators say pilot error was one of the chief causes of the crash that killed 50 people. And while some of the families have settled, others have not.
The only talk that's out there right now is the possibility of Pinnacle filing, not of Colgan filing.
Right.
And if Colgan doesn't file, the lawsuit could go forward as against Colgan.
Now, in a letter to employees, Pinnacle's chief executive officer stated that the company cannot continue to operate businesses that are losing money and that the cash is not there to sustain it. In the newsroom tonight, Luke Moretti for the 10 o'clock news.